Yoshi's Wooly World is one of the most beautiful games I have ever played in my life. Everything about this game is cool. The art style, the classic enemies that are now made out of yarn, the different Yoshi costumes. I'm telling you, this game is a masterpiece. It also features a good roster of evil bosses that you have to defeat to beat the game. And today, we'll take a look at the 12 bosses in Yoshi's Wooly World and rank them from the worst to the best. Alright, let's just jump into it. Monty moles have always been annoying enemies to me. They keep running after you and they never give up. Well, Yoshi's Wooly World has a bigger version of those guys named Big Montgomery. This giant Monty mole is creative in his attacks. First off, this dude can hide in the wool and move through it without you being able to do anything about it. If he pops his head out though, now's your chance to blast. Besides hiding, Big Montgomery also has spiky balls he can throw at you, and those can really hurt, so you'll have to be careful while fighting him. After you jump on his head once, his weak point will be exposed. And yes, his weak point is his butt. Give it a good hammer bash and you'll be good. This next boss is a simple flying paratrooper that you have to defeat. Well, of course Kamek's magic is gonna make him thick and strong. To defeat the Nutwing Koopa, you'll have to wait for him to attack you first and expose his weak point, a string coming out of his back. After you attack the dude, the camera will shift into a 3D perspective, and now this dude will hide in his shell and start bouncing all over the place. Now this is how you make a 2.5D game. Thankfully, with Yoshi's flutter glide ability, avoiding this dangerous shell will not be that difficult, so you should defeat him quite easily and quite quickly too. If you've watched last week's video, then you'll be familiar with this boss, as he was in the original Yoshi's Island. Obviously, I'm talking about Burt the Bashful, this weird round dude that you had to get naked to defeat. Well, I hope you like seeing Burt naked again, because this is once more what you'll need to do to defeat him. Burt is made out of yarn in this game, so the way to attack him is to use those little shy guys to expose a string of yarn from his pants. Grab it and keep pulling it to expose his naked body. Burt will prevent you from taking off his pants a couple of times, but once you do it for the third time, there's not much he'll be able to do and he'll be completely naked once again. Poor Burt, he's super shy too when he's naked and will just deflate and bounce all over the place until he disappears. I'm starting to think Yoshi is being kind of a bully with Burt, to be honest. In World 3-4, you'll have to fight Big Montgomery a second time, but this time around he came prepared with a protective helmet to avoid you stomping on his head. This big mole dude has new tricks up his sleeve, including bringing some of his mole grunts with him to carry him around. Sadly for Montgomery, these new allies will be his downfall, as you can just eat them up and use them as projectile to knock him off his big tower. Once he falls down on his face, his butt will be exposed once again. And you know what that means. Give this big booty a slap a couple of times and you'll be all good. World 3-8 is home to those little chicken babies that love to hide inside a bigger handshell to feel stronger than they actually are. Well, turns out this world's boss is doing exactly the same thing. Introducing Miss Cluck, a bigger version of a yellow chick that uses yarn to hide his weak body. To expose Miss Cluck and do actual damage, you'll have to pull on the string of yarn of his protective shell. Obviously, Miss Cluck will try to attack you by charging at you or hatching eggs containing dangerous spiky balls, so you'll have to be on the lookout for that. She also has her Epic Tornado Attack of Destiny, which is just a glorified wind fan. Yeah, disappointing. Jump, duck, and keep eating her protective yarn thingy up until you see the little yellow defenseless chicken, and the victory will be yours. Oh hey, it's Big Montgomery again. Yep, you've heard it right. He's back again for the third time in World 5-4, and this time you'll both be fighting each other in a snow-themed level, which means his attacks now include Monty Mole's snowballs, as well as dangerous ice blocks that you'll need to avoid. Those very same ice blocks will also be the downfall of Big Montgomery. When he tries to push you to the ceiling using them, well, do a ground pound attack with a perfect timing to crush them back on his head and expose his booty butt cheeks. Do a couple of ground pounds on them and you'll be all good. Hopefully, this is the last time we see this dude on the list, because I'm sick of doing the booty butt ground pound thingy. Come on, Big Montgomery. Just give up already. Yoshi's not a very good swimmer, which is probably why Nutwing the Koopa decided to fight in a castle full of water for this rematch. To hurt him this second time around, you'll have to wait for him to do a belly flop attack to try to crush you, and doing so will break the wooden bridge underneath you. And if Nutwing belly flops the water where there is no bridge, well, he'll say a warm welcome to the evil spikes over there, and thus expose his weak point. New attacks include a tidal wave type of attack where you'll have to move out of the way of the evil waves of water if you want to stand a chance. Thankfully, there's plenty of time to react and dodge this evil dude. Plus, Yoshi's flutter jump is almost infinite if you time it right, so you don't even have to get wet if you want to defeat Nutwing this time around. If you were scared of the Naval Piranha plant back in Yoshi's Island, well, I got some bad news for you. This evil plant makes a comeback in Wooly World and is even scarier looking. This big plant has many attacks in store for you, including trying to eat you whole in its big mouth. Ugh! Thankfully, Naval brought some friends to help it, but they will end up helping you out instead. Those little shy guys will throw bombs at you that you can keep in your mouth while waiting for the perfect moment to use them. And this perfect moment is usually when Naval has its mouth open. Feed it the bombs and its weak point will be exposed. Along the fight, you'll have many things to avoid, including the Naval buds, aka those rotating spiky vines that will try to crush you or attack you in all sorts of ways. This boss is truly scary and is quite difficult, to be honest. The Snifit enemies in Yoshi's Woolly World are pretty cute, especially while wearing a winter coat like they do in World 5-8. Oh, so cute! Sadly, I cannot really say the same thing about Snifberg the Unfeeling, and it's probably because of the big ice block that he uses for a shield. Watch out for this dude's attack as they include all sorts of icy cold things, including those spiky ice balls falling from the background. These can hurt you a lot if you do not dodge them, so be on the lookout for that. Once Snifberg is back on the main battle arena, he'll be kicking out ice blocks at you, so make sure to avoid those if you want to make it out alive. To defeat the dude, wait for those 3 shy guys to appear and spit them right back at him to crack open his ice shield and reveal his weak point. Then, do your signature Yoshi ground pound attack and you'll be all good. The third and final encounter against Nutwing the Koopa is a very special one. It takes place in the sky, and the dude came equipped with weapons to defeat you this time around. This big cannon strapped on Nutwing's back will shoot regular bullet bills as well as red homing bullet bills, so you'll have to be very careful. Since paratroopas can fly, this boss will also try to destroy you by breaking the cloud platforms underneath you. Use one of his own bullet bills against him and aim for the cannon to create an explosion and expose his weak point, aka his belly button. Look at how many bullet bills the guy shoots at once. He's a real danger and I love it. What a fun boss! When I entered World 2-8 and read the title for this level, I was instantly happy. Hot dogs are super yummy and some of my favorite food ever. Well, you can imagine my disappointment when I realized that Yoshi's Wooly World took the words hot dog very literally. Bunson the Hot-Dog is a flaming dog. Yeah, that's why he's hot. Ugh. Don't get fooled by its cute looks though, as Bunson is quite dangerous. He'll spit fireballs at you and will even try to crush you by stepping on you. The only way to hurt this hot dog is to grab a fireball and keep it in your mouth. Then you wait for him to charge up his fireball attack and you spit back some yarn at him and cover up his mouth. This will hurt him from the inside and he'll be easy to attack after that. Bunson has many attacks that he tries against you, including a deadly fire laser as well as blue fireballs falling from the sky. So do not get too comfy while fighting him, as he puts up quite a good fight. You can tell Yoshi's Wooly World was really inspired by Yoshi's Island because the final boss fight is really similar in both games. Baby Bowser is the next pick on this list, and to defeat him, you'll have to avoid his ground pound lava attacks, the fire he spits from his mouth, as well as the huge fireballs falling from the sky. As you can tell, there's a lot of fire involved in this fight. Thankfully, Bowser makes the same mistake a lot of other bosses do in that game, and that mistake is to call for Shy Guy's backup. Use those little guys to stun King Bowser, and then do a ground pound attack to defeat him. During the fight, Kamek will sometimes make Baby Bowser bigger, which makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's only after you ground pound him 3 times that he'll really get super big. Yup, this second battle is pretty scary, as Baby Bowser is possessed by the power of the Wonder Wools and is actually invincible. The only way to hurt him in this form is to get some big yarn balls over there and use them to destroy the Wonder Wool. While you're doing that, Baby Bowser will try to burn you with an evil flame attack, but it's not that difficult to dodge. After you knock out all of the Wools, he'll turn back to normal and you'll be all done. Yay! The Baby Bowser fights in Yoshi games are always super creative, and I'm loving it. And once again, this one is the best boss fight in my opinion. Thanks a lot for watching this video, my dudes. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell to know when I post a new video. Seriously, click that bell, please. You can also give this video a like and tap the cards on screen right now to watch another ranked video like this one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.